back in. Yes, T1's comp certainly draws my attention. Curious for sure, but it wasn't the compositions, it wasn't any of that that really worried me before with T1. It was some of those kind of post-plant scenarios, those 2vx's and mistakes being made. They have to correct that, and for FUT, I mean, yes, they managed to best them before, but it certainly wasn't ideal. Clean enough, but let's start this up. FUT on the defensive side, T1 on the attack, and already a simplistic start towards the B site. And a captain still unmoved and unchallenged with 2 big picks off the back of the frenzy. Sire player trades it, but a lot of damage done.
A 4v3 here in favor of FUT. Spike not down just yet. T1 hoping maybe to catch a player overstepping the mark, but Sire at 20 HP. We'll be able to get too aggressive here. Carpe looking like he wants to lead the charge. The fall in catches sight, but no exchange of damage just yet.
You can see the discipline with FUT here, not overextending. You could understand the want from T1 to try and get this back to a 3v3, but now they start to encroach towards the site. The sound of the spike calls them forward, and FUT are clearing through, leaving it all to Ban. And a nice little adjustment. He's got to get a move on here. No eyes on the spike plant, so he has to try and be relevant to this, and he can't be. Krax starts off perfectly, shutting down the round. FUT with the first. T1 unable to make much more of that.
No, and I think you come back to the same discussion. The damage there on site, really, he's the one that you want to see get aggressive in that situation. Carpe desperate to try and clear towards elbow, but fortunately, Mr. Fallen just holding a very tight angle, able to spot that out and disengage really effectively there.
Again, if you roll your mind back to, as this being the rematch, the initial time they met, Krax was outstanding as well. Highly impactful, really pivotal to FUT.
I mean, I think he is the mover and the shaker of this roster, to be honest with you. Kiwi, we know where the peaks lie, what he can achieve, but alongside, I mean, players like Atta, who have just been solid as a rock throughout. Krax really does become that swing factor for FUT.
And curiously enough, I kind of put that in the hands of the likes of Ban when I look at T1. Whenever I see him play well, it always kind of echoes throughout the results for T1. But as it stands here, I'm looking at kind of Carpe, Sire, see what they can do. This round probably not going to be the one to write home about for them. One Frenzy, one Ghost, and the rest on Classics, and it's comfy for Krax. Catching 3 on the way through. They're going to note these footsteps. Out of Captain going to know all of this, but the angle from Sire player is very good. Punishes out of Captain, and now with that Bulldog, there's a chance in this. The C's not got quite enough to catch him fully. And closed down on by Kiwi. Leaving it all on Zeta. Ain't got a chance. A little dicey with that Bulldog falling to hand, but put back into place.
Yeah, the upgrade nearly paying off for T1, but well handled. Strength in numbers by FUT on the way back through. Only 2 casualties. Well, here, yeah, 2 Spectres and the Bulldog carried across. But damage done, and the plant comes through, so it's going to bolster T1's purchase just a little bit. Sire already 3 away from the Blade Storm. Father Ultimate's getting close, but Krax on the other side of things, 6-1 right now. Null Command available here.
Yeah.
But again, with this inventory, you question the investment if it does come through.
We'll see if maybe FUT can be a problem for T1. This is the best chance so far for T1 now. That lovely purchase. No ults to compliment, but that's fine. Kiwi going anti-flash to take the space, finding no contact. Might decide to cheat the additional player back towards B, but again, we're seeing a slower approach from T1. And curious enough, in their interview after this game, Autumn shouldering a lot of the blame. They're saying he was the one to put fault towards. They weren't prepared enough, not ready for FUT, maybe underestimating them a little bit. See if he's been able to do the work this time.
We can question the prep, sure, but I'm kind of with you. It came down to some situations where the fundamentals, the decision-making was ever so slightly off. T1 trying to feign a little bit of presence towards B. Will potentially draw Krax.
Well, he's the big one, isn't he? He's got the Bulldog, so if he goes, they've kind of got what they wanted here. Very deep hold, though, from Kiwi and Moj. So this should allow entry towards the side. This is enough utility. It should be ringing the alarm bells.
There'll be a possibility to find any damage here. The plant will come through. And T1 able to actually drift away from site pretty comfortably as well. You already see on the minimap. Zeta set up outside showers. There's ever Snakebite as well as a late round piece here.
Yeah, this is going to be a very difficult post plant for FUT to try and break through. Ban, kind of first man forward in this. Starting to flood towards the site though, getting a little bit of pressure. Got to be careful. Held back behind the smoke, and do they get a half? That's what I'm questioning here, and they absolutely do. Someone, can they stop this, please? Someone stop the defuse!
When the timing of the null command comes through, they can't invest any utility towards site here. And out of nothing, FUT find a third defusal. I mean, even here it lines up perfectly. Cracks falls in an null command. He's body blocking a lot of this damage that comes through.
Oh, that's gutting. That is gutting for T1.
Daylight robbery.
Absolutely. Bonus, yeah, tick in the box. Not how I expected it either. And this is when you start getting those worries from that previous game. You're feeling put out of place slightly, but now all online for FUT. You have the orbital strike in captain's pocket, but beyond that, you're looking at what's on the verge here. Carpe nearby, Sire player not far off, Zeta as well. Munchkin 3 away. A lot more intent put towards long now. Sire player looking to try and make that entry happen. Again, noted on the desk for his brilliance and what he can achieve. Bit of a bulldozer when he goes in, but again, already Kiwi's going to remove the lurking element that T1 might have been trying to bank on. That now gone, this proves a little bit of an issue, bigger picture.
Yeah, removing Zeta really removes any slow pressure they can build up towards A side. Problem being, T1 actually positioned. Sire not spotted, but kind of regardless. Well,
shoulder.
Yeah, confirmation there from Mr. Fallen.
Not given any opportunities here. You can see T1 stalled out here. Yes, the re-smoke, but again, the layering of the utility, keeping track of them, and with no lurk, there's no worry in the back of their minds. They can keep 3 players on the site. Nothing is being pulled away. They can creep back around, but look at the time. It's 35 seconds. They're going to be walking in blind towards A. No idea of what's going to be waiting on the other side.
30
Already
seconds
pings
left.
on the map. This looks like the end destination. Flash is ready to go, but it's only one. Does connect. That's going to be Moj. Kiwi unaffected so far. A TP taken. They're trying to bait this out, but look at it. Orbital strike towards long. They can focus their attention towards a drop out through window. Fallen going to note the players. Any pressure coming forward. They're being stalled out again and again. 10 seconds now, and it's a slaughter. T1 need to fight back, and they need to do it now. The spike's still down. They have 0 chance here. Sire player just wants to try and stay alive, and he barely gets to slip away. Does he get to keep the gun? Kiwi doesn't get him. Here we go. Sire player should be able to keep the rifle, but Mike, there's problems here. I'm waiting for a timeout for T1.
Yeah, I mean, the approach in the first few can't really fault. Obviously, with FUT getting on the board early, but here it's Zeta just overstepping the mark, and this is the question mark, right? This is the doubt that T1 tried to plant with this composition, and we see many teams try to. When that piece is removed so early, it allows FUT total freedom. Again, you even see here that straight away the decision is Kiwi heads all the way up towards heaven. He knows that that piece of utility to deny information is removed. They can run rampant with the operator.
This could be the burst piece, though. Are they going to try and shift gear? Oh, wow. Kiwi, light work on Sire player there. Yeah, messy stuff, but are not falling for any of this. They may get a plant, but they've had plants before. The only difference this time is that Carpe's found Moj. Now a little bit of a heat up here, pushing forward. Ban coming online, catching 2 and giving them a chance. Note the HP, though, still a little low, still a little vulnerable. They can stabilize for now. With a tap on the spike, though, they're going to draw the attention in. They've got to deal with it this time. They had no idea. They
didn't know
he was seized. Ban was seized. They had no idea again! This is horrific to watch as T1 are being toyed with.
It's rough. It's a high-pressure situation there, but as soon as the smoke's covering the spike, even though the audio's been cut, somebody has to hard clear it, but to remaining members of T1. Maybe we can really get a solid grasp on that. That's another one that FUT have just stolen from under their noses.
Yeah, this is worrying times. But let's look at the, I don't want to say bright side. Let's look at least the ults coming in. Yeah, we're clutching at straws on this one. But they at least have ults here, T1. And FUT are getting aggressive. Look at this! Disrespectful almost! Taking the fight to them. No fear facing T1. They've already crushed them in the opening rounds. Why not make it worse?
We talked about form, but these are the sort of confidence plays that as soon as FUT establish themselves, have a familiar opponent, you expect them to start making. We're already seeing examples of that in the first 6 rounds here. Zeta identified once again.
And they found the secondary player as well. The only one missing is going to be Munchkin. Might be falling with a jump spot eventually. Yeah, there it is. So all 3 players have been identified. FUT don't need to overdo anything. Maybe pull the additional player after just spotting the second, which has been the response. Dragging over Kiwi. See the Spike trying to move on the other side of the map towards A, trying to join up with Zeta, who's taking a little bit of space. He does have the ult. The flash does not connect, but he wants to take the fight. Takes down Cracks, plays in Moj, and now the 1v1 on the site. It's critical. He's got support from Shower. That might change things. This is still not good enough. Mike, this is going from bad to worse. They are looking lost here.
T1 unable to really, I mean, convert advantages in situations where they can find it. I'm talking about finding a 1v1, right?
Yeah.
And winning out in that regard. It's just not happening so far. FUT are in the driving seat. And finally, we're going to see T1 pump the brakes a little bit. Call a timeout. So you have plenty of options here. You noted, obviously, the ultimates, the silver lining of this current scoreline at 6-0, but I gotta say, these rounds aren't really even coming down to it.
No, and again, roll your mind back to some of the interviews we've seen with FUT after their games. They were talking about the lack of consistency, or maybe their attacking side, certain elements. But if they continue in this way, having 6 to the name already, and not looking like that's really going to be stopping anytime, so yeah, appreciate you. Thanks for saying it. I don't have to. Yeah, it's rough. But still, with that in mind, with FUT being able to carve such a good start here in such a confident manner, putting T1 in this position, this is going to alleviate any of those stresses of maybe having that, little bit of an inconsistency that they've spoken about, that they're trying to work on. Always the last thing to fall in line for teams. So T1 need to be disruptive now. It probably had to happen a couple of rounds ago. We need a little bit more from them.
If you look at the bankroll that's already built up as well.
Yeah.
FUT comfortable in terms of the purchase and actually back on the brink of some ultimates we've already seen invested at pivotal moments so far in this half. 1 off the orbital strike, 2 away from the pit as well for Moj. Kiwi on the showstopper also. So do you want to see T1 formulate a plan now around these ultimates? Problem being, I mean, we've got rifles in, the Stingers here, yes, but it's 2 Bulldogs and a Sheriff. T1 trying to ride this out and do as much damage as possible, but at this point we've talked about the cushion. It's not really going to impact FUT too much.
No, let's see what the plan is from T1 coming into this. So for FUT, they're going to be taking shower control, a high priority place for them. On the other side, a very deep hold. Look how far back T1 is sitting here, maybe expecting this aggression that we saw dabbled with before, and it's rewarded. Lovely heads up work from Munchkin, at least going to catch one, and kind of, I guess, quell some of that confidence from FUT, at least in this round.
Oh, overzealous as well. The Prowler did come through from B long on the back of Mr. Fallen, but there wasn't really. Yeah, I was going to say there wasn't a double swing. Now we're seeing it though.
And that's clean.
I've got your trail.
Now with the burst on short, this is going to be a little uncomfortable because they can get pretty close towards side. Cracks respects it enough to slip away. Noting 2. Pops the ult, doesn't connect as well as he'd want. They want to get that plant down. They're trying to find a fight here. That's pretty risky. Kiwi forced to the back of the site. The swing comes in and line up. Ban can only do so much. Finds one but falls. And now it's down to Sire player and Munchkin, the Bulldog and the Sheriff. And look at the positions here. Maybe Sire can play, can be the difference maker. Oh, he's caught. They can't catch a break. Nothing is going right for them. And it's a quick dash and it's just praying that they win the fight on the side. But look at
30 seconds left.
Look at the position. Look at this reposition.
He's waiting for this.
Super deep on the angle, forces the commitment and the catch. FUT are just unfalteringly good right now.
It's another situation where you almost feel like, yeah, we haven't found the entry, but you get the information there's a drifting showers. They try and pop on short, but it doesn't amount to anything. It's a 2-for-1 trade in favor of FUT. Sire, unfortunately, read on this by Atta Captain. And that was the only real curveball in that round, because if Sire can maybe find 1 or potentially 2 kills in spawn.
And if you're looking at it from a the FUT perspective, it's not one player doing well, all of them have done nicely. Yes, Cracks, I guess, had that opening debut. Hold on. Got a stack coming towards B and a singular player holding it. Atta Captain is going to be in trouble. Avoided the ult for now, does have to reveal himself to the dog, and he's dead. Sire player opens the site. This is completely free of players. It was only Atta Captain here. It was a 4-play stack towards A, expecting that short burst potentially. Ult to supplement, secure this plant. T1 finally with a shot in a round.
This has to be a conversion here. Viper's Pit should make it a little more comfortable. Zeta can't let this drop. 2 players from FUT actually coming back through hookah. That could apply a lot of pressure to the backside of this pit.
Oh, blooming
They're
hell.
desperately trying to find him.
You can see the bullets, so just whizzing past. Ban has caught Kiwi. Nice follow-up as well.
Last player standing.
Digging their heels in now. Cracks, great as he may be, this one might be too far even for him. Not gonna happen. Ban, pivotal. Sire player with the entry. They isolated that. I mean, FUT went for a risk there, Mike. They went for the 4-1 stack.
Absolutely do, but first round for T1 to find is a Prime Gaming flawless. On the back of a huge 3K from Ban. Again, another situation where with this much pressure coming back through Hooker and still 2 players in spawn for FUT, if that pit falls, then there's 2 or 3 players that are pinched. Whether or not they drift into default inside the pipe, but that becomes really problematic for T1.
Consistency. Can they repeat? Can they find another here for T1? Going through the motions. No subtlety to this. Good call for that player to come on over. Mr. Fallen will be probably the one to respond first and foremost in a free fight, but a good trade. Crack's not going to let it slip. This time, though, the sight should be theirs. Crack's actually sticking around so long, catching them unawares. The confidence is brimming in this team, but they are being punished. A 3v3, Spike now down. T1 have been making mistakes in these. This time, they've got to handle this. Sire player in danger, but has the utility to slip away.
So 3v3 here. Operator in hand for Kiwi, almost needs a pick to open this up. Give themselves an advantage on the way back through. Paint Shell won't find anything here.
This is looking good.
Yeah, T1 looking very comfortable here, Lauren.
Can't let this one slip. Beautiful from Ban. Gonna catch out a captain. Looking for the follow-up. Don't get it. Fallen's there. Finds Sire player, but Kiwi did dip away, but he's gonna go back for more. Munchkin now. A 1v2. No! How does this keep happening to them? He absolutely does have it.
Oh my God.
A T1 cannot catch a break this game. That looked unlosable.
Kiwi's halfway out the door.
He was gone.
He was gone
saving.
with the operator. And Mr. Fallen finds not just the first, but the follow-up as well.
Oh, this is shocking, Mike.
We're talking about, you know, some lapses in decision-making, some of the fundamentals resulting in T1 losing rounds that felt like should wins.
Yeah.
That's another example right there.
This was what worried me in the first time they met. It wasn't the prep. It wasn't anything else. It wasn't the confidence. It was the security in the post plants, one of those fundamentals that I was hoping to see really ironed out here, but that's a bigger issue now, seeing that re-emerge. An 8-1, T1 able to get a purchase here. No ults to lean on, one away for Sire player, but Kiwi now with the challenge. Oh, it's through the smoke. And Fallen's found one. This is just obscene to watch.
Where are you?
He used the words brimming with confidence. Another example here. Left on Ban and Zeta to try and recover. A 2v5. I don't think FUT are going to give them even an opportunity here. Split across the map.
Oh, there's no mercy.
Yeah.
Like, there is zero mercy in the way FUT are playing. Again, you got to almost tame FUT to respect you at this point because they are playing hyper confident.
I mean, without this guy, you don't get any respect from FUT for the rest of this map.
None.
It's zero. They will keep swinging. I mean, players like Cracks and Kiwi, they love to swing. They love to dry swing.
That Turkish Valorant suits them well, obviously. Ban and Zeta leaning towards A. Cracks is
30 seconds left.
Mosh as well. Ban gonna make a go of this. He's got the spike, but it's a singular mission. Cracks can kind of divide through it. Slow the roll a little. Ban needs some support here. Zeta's got to get involved in this. Trying to creep forward, but they seem all too aware of it. And look at the time, 13 seconds. Looking unlucky as that the captain slips through. It's clinical, it's precise, it's a Prime Gaming flawless to add into it. This is just an execution.
And look at FUT's ultimates as well.
Oh, they've got it all.
This opener is just wild.
This is T1's choice. Not much more to say about it than that, really, is there? That one round, that one moment, and you could argue that was because it was a single player holding that B site. There's not many positives here for T1. That timeout didn't correct. And now I think they're just floundering a little. I want to see more from them. I'd love to see what glimpses we saw. Even in Tokyo, there were moments that certainly gave me a little bit of interest in this team. Have to play some incredible opponents. And again, 3 players to hold them back here. T1 playing a similar approach. I'm not going to find too much.
Concern is in some of these rounds here where FUT are actually slowing things down. There's no real aggression, no commitment towards these deep angles. Forcing the hand of T1. Nightfall going to do it a ton of work, but it's a 2 for 2.
Yeah, but look at the
Molly
score
as well.
again. The Molly's good, but Munchkin is still alive. And Zeta was a mile away, but he can try and make it over here now. It is essentially a 2v2 standing. Krax is on the ground. Hard to res here with Zeta in this position.
He's got good info, though.
That's absolutely true. One flash to play. Let's go down. Close flash doesn't find, so he's got to know that he's got a little bit of room to work here, but that spike is still an issue. Has to get it back to hand.
30 seconds left.
Stall there, a little bit of chip.
Still got a nade here.
Boombot going in. There's that nade coming through. Does not
Bounces out.
find Munchkin. Seeker's there, swings early. Lovely from Munchkin. Maybe the hope they needed. There's Kiwi now a 1v2, not again.
Satchel out.
Kiwi clearing the corners as he goes. And he's got a double challenge. He found one. It took heroics from Munchkin to get him a second.
Last round.
I mean, there's a
before the
world
switch.
there where Kiwi
Don't grenade something.
can satchel out, at least clear that gap and try and recover that, but a second nonetheless for T1. The silver lining of this half, Lauren, would be a 9-3. They come into this though. Blade Storm available.
Yep.
Sire down on the Bulldog. Still got ultimates available for FUT as well.
If they get a third, it's not impossible, it's just improbable. So we wait with bated breath to see if they can maybe make something out of this one as well. Exploring towards Shower early. You can see the set piece they're clearing, but again, we saw last time around T1 actually managed to get the benefit of this one. Punishing Moj on the walkout, the flash doesn't catch, but this time Moj succeeds. So wins out basically one side of the map. Munchkin is gone, the man who went above and beyond for his side to get them their second.
Confirmation as well with no other utility or anything noted on that side of the map. A third player off FUT is committed towards his B-side hold.
There.
So plenty of time for T1. Will they commit behind this initial wave of pressure?
Uh-oh. Oh no, they've got a scramble! That was the ult! They took down Ban, he just got the ult online! That could have been huge for taking the site. And Kiwi slips away. Doesn't have to overextend. This now falls down to Sire player. Zeta, Carpe, they have to be impactful. And Carpe's just got the spike. He's on the way over. They've got 3 players to clear on the site. They're being stalled out again and again. Jump spot for Kiwi. They note it. Oh dear, the C's combination. You can't escape. The brutality of this. They can't get towards the site. 20 seconds. Just going to ult towards A just to secure it. Sire player desperate to try and find a way in. He's got a target, but he ain't got the fight. Carpe's fallen, and it's 10-2.
Heartbreaking round for T1 to have to endure, to be honest with you. Precedent set so early on from FUT, establishing control, and he said just no respect given after that. A number of rounds where they're just brute forcing. Bit of a wake-up call for T1 on their map pick. You mentioned it as well.
Yeah, this is not looking ideal for them. 2 rounds to go into the second half here. Yes, we know that FUT have struggled on occasion on that attacking side, but you're right, Sue. This would have to be a monumental half for T1 if they want to try and turn this around. 2 rounds is all they got, but maybe with the start, maybe with a bonus, it could happen. But FUT are no slouches here, Mike.
Absolutely not, and you've got to argue the momentum, the confidence for a team like FUT. They're going to come out swinging here in the second half pistol. Which maybe anticipating a little bit of aggression here. Waiting for the reveal to go into Showers. We'll clear the space, and that might just be the green light.
Okay, so we've got Carpe with a shorty. Sire not affected by any of this util so far. They are creeping a little closer. 4 players here for T1. They've got everything they need, and now they just got to land the shots. And they've got an opportunity. Look at this from Sire player. Perfect work. 3 back-to-back, and they make a start. And a captain and Moj now, last 2 alive. And they've got an army against them.
Carpe and Sire to take significant damage. Ban actually as well, down to 70, but need a kill, you need it early, because the spike looking relatively unrecoverable here. That just headed all the way towards B-Long, I think just to farm up the orb.
Yeah. Not too surprising. Trying to make the best of a bad situation. What can he do, though? Quick little TP taken, so he'll be working through showers. That's going to be Ban's domain, and it remains his. Oj now. Left to die. Lovely from T1. Right, they got the pistol. I'm not going to get ahead of myself. I want to see bonus. I want to see first gun round. We have to see it all clean.
Even here, there's a chance for Sire to be spotted on the showers cross, but again, reveal used to clear that initial space into showers, and again, it didn't feel as if anybody really deep cleared Sire. Mr. Fallen running up with the spike to try and plant it, so a little bit lazy on the way in from FUT. No investment here, just classics across the board.
So this should be a nice little confidence builder. A little Eco Cobra round. Sire player could farm up for himself. So far, really only Carpe and Ban getting a couple of steps ahead on the ults. You can see them slip early towards Lamps. This is where I'm a bit worried. The flash goes through and they have no idea that there's this many players here. They slipped through, they got the punish, and they flooded the site. Now, fortunately, Carpe's on the case, as is Ban, but there's still damage being done. That was just classics. Luckily for them, Ban is on the case today, waking up here in the second half, very close to the ult as well. And identifying that problem early, hopefully they can fill that gap.
I was going to say, yeah, what's the 2 Bulldogs and the Spectre carried across this, so we'll try and offset this slightly. Concern being Munchkin down to 850, I think they'll be fairly healthy behind this. A little ways away from the Blade Storm. One thing to really protect one of these purchases. T1 actually switching things up toward B site initially. Collection of the orb, but big info gained on the back of Krax's knife.
Yeah, just noting that Ban has come over towards that B site is going to be indicative of the third player, right? Maybe not if it was Carpe, similar thing, but regardless, you can see that FUT have taken that as a bit of a green light to maybe pressure towards A a little. Zeta and Sire player, the two to try and hold back this approach, and patient work coming up from Fallen, not giving away the game at all, sitting very deep here. Team considering maybe a Prowler then, but timing on this, yeah, that's going to be rough. Sire player has to get out of there, but he's noted the presence. Zeta can invest the utility and the stall comes in. 4 players towards A now. Good rotation from T1.
FUT almost need to capitalize on this.
I'm surprised they walk in this. Maybe
yeah, it's
paranoid or...
a paranoid of maybe somebody drifting out of hookah, but Munchkin's tucked in deep on the left side here. And already T1, I mean...
This is good.
The penny's dropped.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see that util from Ban coming through. This plays in Munchkin, gives himself a little bit of a window to work with, and smashes through 2. Even looks to make it a 3rd here. Flash for flash, stalling this out. 8 bullets to play with, comes out of it. Gets the shot! Stunning from Munchkin! Another round that he has been integral in for T1. And Mr. Fallen can back away from this. He's got nothing else to do, and Munchkin going a little wild here. 36 HP. He's got to be careful.
Still wants in. Respect Mr. Fallen, but the chance of the upgrade coming through. A prime gaming flawless for T1. We've already started to claw away at that lead.
Right, we talked about it. Pistol, bonus, now gun round. You know, they're converting all of this. This is beautiful because we saw a big investment from FUT there. They've managed to weather the storm. T1 have taken the necessary steps to giving us a game. Are they out of the woods? Absolutely not. There are still 10 rounds against you. But they've stopped the money building. They've kept FUT a little humble here on this attack side. They've given themselves a window to work with.
Expecting a pace change here with the purchase of Stinger and some Sheriffs. Let's try and find something towards A. Sire revealed by the Prowler. No swing onto it just yet. Forced away by the knife, actually.
They're creeping close again. It looks like T1 going to divide the site in a different way. Towards playing kind of shower side with Ban tucked towards
Going to try the same flash
back.
towards backside again.
It might work because you've got 3
Yeah,
players looking
yeah.
this way. Here we go, there's that flash, it's caught 2. Where's the swing there? March, beautiful Sire player! The only one to do the damage, but that could have been way worse. Ban still standing, rotation from Munchkin, but can they get a plant here? Looking to take the space that they've just hard fought for. Ban backfilling this, got his own challenge to deal with as Kiwi and Fallen on the corner. Ban, oh dear, that's a gun. That's another player gone, and a man advantage now towards FUT, but the weaponry again. That rifle is in Kiwi's hands.
That's the only gun, by the way, with where the other kills came through.
Player standing.
Praxis
what?
found Zeta as well.
What is Zeta up to, taking a solo fight like this? I'm not sure if he just got pinned to it or forced to it, but Munchkin now, already position spotted, can't use that flash, has to accept his fate, dinked up down to 5. Oh, that is not a way you want to see them come back into this if you're a T1 fan. FUT ripping it away, exploiting that same issue we saw just a moment ago.
That's actually a beautiful set piece as well. This flash,
Gorgeous.
after the drift up short, and there's no resistance on the way in, so FUT can send 3 people into lamps to play off this flash from Cracks. And the thing is, all of T1 drift towards Heaven side, towards Showers, basically are waiting for FUT to push in.
Yeah.
Give them that space and FUT punish for it.
That was a very well executed Masquerade tricky there. That was genuinely very well done, and T1's starting to feel the strain a bit. Pumping the brakes now. 11-5. It's the scary part of having such a big lead on the half that you do get the buffer to play with one round going wrong. Oh, the Cyphercam's having fun with the audience. Oh. Huh. Huh, what's that mean?
I wonder why that one's not on broadcast.
That's interesting, it's only in-house.
It's only in-house.
Huh. Just a little treat for you guys in the audience there. No one else got to see.
I saw nothing.
After the quiz, we can't get in trouble. Don't worry, we're good.
Yeah.
11-5. Sorry, Mimi, just back under the bus. 11-5. Operator out for Sire player, has got ult. We do have that snowball round though creeping up for FUT here. That's also a scary factor, right?
I'm curious where Sire, well, over towards Showers again. How deep does he really push out? Because FUT are leaning towards B side here, so
Okay.
3 members of T1 here. Well, they're just going to wall off here, try and take the orb, but the pings are coming out from FUT that indicates maybe a little bit of pressure towards his way. No confirmation on the other side.
Yes.
Okay.
A little in the dark, you might
Yes.
say. However, yes, the boombot will at least indicate, but Ban is feeling a little audacious standing there like that. Gets forced off the angle. You can feel that kind of pressure starting to build towards the B side. Not feeling so comfortable. And utility going to give him a little bit of respite, but Cracks happy to play a little ahead though, getting a couple of steps forward. Falling by his side, and they're not really moving away from this.
Spike not committed just yet either. 60 seconds on the clock, expecting Mods to pick that up and maybe regroup towards B here, but they need a pressure point. They need something to push onto. Maybe even
There.
try and invest some smokes towards A, this looks like.
So the flash still catches. Wingman doesn't, but it's still a notification that someone is towards B long. And this is going to be the end goal. You can now see that Moj has joined up with the rest of FUT. They are going to continue on this
30
pathway.
seconds left.
Ban is here, and lovely time to invest this. Stalls it out. They're going to have to try and play through this one. Plays in Munchkin. The ult going to be invested as well. Sees finds nothing, and they're stalled out. FUT falling a little flat here. They're going to have to burst on this one. Munchkin is blind, but he's still so damn good. Big pickup from Munchkin. Spots a third, but he's got support here. 10 seconds now. Cracks the only one standing. Oh my word, he's doing damage. 7 seconds. Can he get the plant though? 5. He's going for it. Zeta creeping closer. It's done. Lifeline for T1 with 2 alive.
And it's only the flash that makes the difference here. Operator anchoring over towards Shower for T1. They're happy to commit towards a 3-man sight hold on B. And FUT just feed into it. First flash, I think it only really connects on that player towards Elbow, and it's not fully effective on Carpe. I mean, still swings out, finds 2 regardless.
Oh, for out of captain. Couple of rifles, that's it. You're starting to see that pendulum swing, but they still have to keep such a tight grip on this for T1. One more round drop and it'd be 12 for FUT, so T1 have to keep clean. Can they fully squash the money that FUT have been trying to build up here? Munchkin with a spray. A little bit of a connection there, but Kiwi looking to maybe disrespect the smoke. I'm wondering if he dares to go
He
through
wants
this.
to.
You can see the temptation to it. Sees him, oh, excuse me, Haunt and a flash. Finds nothing close by. Ban called into attention. Pop flash goes in, doesn't find, but they're going to swing. Lovely work from the Dizzy over the top. Carpe in perfect unison. Yeah, the seize is there, but it's too little too late. Footer and Tatters and T1 have once again held off FUT.
beautiful response here. Carpe setting things in motion. Still 3 players left for FUT though. Just going to try and find something towards long. There won't be anything. Carpe with the cleanup. 2 assists on the first. Then closes out with 3 kills of his own. 11-7 now the score, Lauren.
Yeah, they built
T1
it
have done the hard work.
Yeah, here we go. Getting there now. But here comes the danger round, right? And you can see, and just a note, this is going to be a FUT timeout as well because they want to talk about this. They have a really big hand to play here. Plenty of ults, 1 off from the Viper's Pit 2. Everything else is ready to go. Full purchase. So if you're talking about a hurdle, this is the next big challenge for T1. They've got a couple of their own to play with. You've got Seekers there, you've got Carpes, you've got the knives coming out. So they've got a lot to play themselves. But this is one of the biggest challenges because you know that coach is behind the scenes talking them through the options, how to invest this, how to approach this. Because this is what we call a snowball round.
Whether or not FUT have really been sitting on just banking on this, which is... That's why I'm so curious to see the plan coming out of this. One away from the pit as well, which would be a massive tool in terms of a post-plant situation. Concern being, though, already T1 finding this much success in the second half, they have a little bit of a cushion. So they can play out a scrappy round. They do have the finances to back it up.
Tense moment now, T1. What a comeback this would be. Now, I don't want to start calling it yet because it's still a little ways off, but they're very close. If they can navigate through this round, I think it's game on. How do you feel?
I mean, FUT broke behind this as well.
Exactly. So it's like, this is
like
the one.
if this is the one that they pull the trigger and invest ultimates behind, can be very concerning, but looks like FUT are going to spread.
Aggression. Aggression off the rip. T1 want to take their fate into their own hands. Yeah, they're pushing. They're pushing everywhere. Oh no, Sage has fallen. Sire player, you've got to go big here. Perfect timing for it. Got caught by the ult and now gets punished by Sire player. Looks for more. Carpe by his side, trying to work in unison with Dizzy, but not going to catch. They know how deep these players are. Those seekers were used to identify this, and now the map is a totally different look to it.
I mean, T1 have got control of the spike here. FUT have to creep closer and closer, clear all this space.
Oh, the timing for Munchkin. Oh no.
Face your fear.
Terrible time to fall. Force back slightly here, but Ban with the operator. I mean, not the player I'd expect.
He's pretty deep on short as well.
This is a hard position to play. But look at the back spacing here. Look at the backfill from Carpe. Cleared all the way through long. Yes, leaving Sire player a little alone on short, but that's fine. He's cleared a lot of space. So he's got to be telling Ban there's problems. Oh, Ban, they seem so confused. They don't know where it is.
He's concerned about the showers creep now as well.
But the timing on this is everything because Moj is so close by. If Carpe gets this, he's safe.
30
Safety
seconds.
now until maybe he falls. Carpe's got his side. And now this plays in Ban. You still have to be good for the shots. And Kiwi's on the way. He is good for it. Ban holds him back. Plant coming in. A 2v3. Maybe those reoccurring nightmares for T1 could reappear. But this isn't the time to worry about that. But the ult is there for Outer Captain.
Mr. Fallen's in a really awkward spot as well. Molly available also for Outer Captain, so lots of stall here.
Okay, Fallen by the time. Got to play his life perfectly. Going to hear the
Oh
drop
my
down.
God.
How clean was that from Sire player? But Outer Captain trying to play the clock. Molly going in, all went in. He's putting everything to this as T1 now need to take the fight. They lose the first. And the Molly's burning. Ban! He's down to nothing. He's 2 HP, but he's been taken up from it. A Sire player saving him. The fuse is there. T1 are back in the game.
What a response from T1. Another round on the board. Nightfall, Showstopper, and Orbital Strike invested. Ban, a crucial. What is that from Sire? What?
Oh, that's so good.
I mean, it looked quick from Mr. Fallen's POV, but...
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Finally getting a game between these two. And as you rightly highlighted, there was much money behind that purchase from FUT. It's down to a scrappy buy. And all looking rosy for T1 here. Pressure starting though. Sire play got to be a little careful to not overdo this because we've seen very dangerous rounds like this before when we saw that pop flash coming in. Lots of presence from that.
You see actively T1 trying to deny
Yes.
the space behind the wall here. Looks like might even,
Beautiful.
Munchkin will be rewarded.
Toxin screen.
Looking for opportunity here. Just a moment. Where are you? To invest the horn just to clear through. And the angle from Ban should be good for... Ugh, bloody hell. That got a bit close, didn't it? But again, no opportunity. Denied. 4 players instantly rotating. Now, I am looking at Moj's spacing here.
Yeah.
That does give me a little worry. How close can he get to this? And now with that little bit of quiet, I guess with that wall still in place, they're not going to be too early to rotate.
30
Because Moj
seconds
does
left.
have the pit as well. As soon as the smoke goes up, Sire should know.
Sire player, this is audacious. 5 HP.
He got
5
headshot with a
HP.
Sheriff.
That's... And look how deep that pit is.
It cuts off pipes completely. And FUT are actually taking a very
The
aggressive,
plant.
deep position here to plant.
3 revealed towards Heaven 2. T1 are going to be put through their paces here if they want this done. Nice timing for that to happen for Sire, catching cracks through the ult. They peel away. Oh, Fallen's found Munchkin a tap on the spike, but it's not going to draw out too much of a response just yet. The spray and the pray, it doesn't work out for our captain. Sire clears through 1. That should be the pit gone. And now just Fallen, he's not got it. FUT falling and T1 staying alive, closing in towards double digits now. 9th on the board. That wasn't like to buy, but T1 weathering the storm.
If Atta pins down that kill on Carpe, I believe, with the Stinger, maybe there's a chance, but T1, look at that timeline.
Look at it.
For this second half.
And it's been so hot and cold at times. We saw so many dangerous rounds creeping up through short from FUT. That lovely deep flash they were utilizing.
I mean,
But for T1 to deal with this now,
I hate to say it, but
Wow.
it needs to be this round for FUT. You look at the purchase again,
Time to explode.
Moj down at 0. 600, 700, 500 credits. They're walking the tightrope here.
but they've got the, I guess they've guessed correctly, if you want to call it that way, right? You've got the 2 players on the side. They brought over Sire player towards B long. They need to make that quick rotation here, because if FUT burst on this, they will have a favorable scenario and then some. Ult pop from Cracks, underhand flash
Zip.
to clear close. And this is the one they're investing everything behind. Need the plant though. And you can see how wait, man, what just happened? Was that a seize and the molly together? But Carpe and Zeta, they're still damaged, but Cracks, whenever he's alive, there's still a threat. A 3v2, Sire player and Munchkin, knives are out and about. The operator not going to be what he wants to be depending upon. Munchkin clearing, noting the players, but only one of the 2. Sire player closing in towards this. And there's a late wraparound. Moj is behind him. This has to be quick. Oh dear, Cracks is just clearing house. And now down to just 1. Just about gets the knife through. The second attempt, tap on the spike. He's still going. But the heartbreak at the end was Moj backfilling the space slowly all the way around.
point.
The final line of defense keeps FUT in with a chance here.
Well, they have to convert, though.
Yeah.
They absolutely have to, Lauren. Just about getting back towards the orbital
That
strike
was
and the nice
so
ball.
close, Mike.
Yeah. Wait, it wasn't even a seize, it was the reveal. He just took a couple of shots of spam, I think.
Thought, yeah, I thought it was the combos. Wow, okay, Cracks getting away with that sort of thing. But it took a round from Cracks, right? That wasn't easy to repeat and find again. We go back through. The flash might keep these players towards B a little longer here.
Still hasn't forced an extra player from T1 to start the round on A. Luckily, FUT don't explode here. The concern being though, Zeta's playing ahead of the wall once again. He wants to deny this opportunity to really take backside.
But he hasn't been playing this too often. A little bit of a catch on the cross, but they're still going to make it in. Carpe, no man's land. There's that high flash, and there he goes. Kiwi with the punish. They know Zeta's here. He was shooting earlier. He's been spotted. The flash. Oh, Zeta! Still going to take down Cracks, but that's all he can do. It falls to the 3 who are so far behind. And look how aggressive they're playing here. Kiwi fallen, Ban's still standing, and they're moving forward. Sire player going to be clearing through showers. They know no one's there. They can identify this post plant.
They've got a snake bite and a molly to come through though, so FUT can buy some time. T1 have to be productive here, Lauren.
They got to get a move on. And a captain invested that molly is coming on down now. Sire player looking to get it towards halfway. He'll burn alive for this if he has to. Dips away, noting the player coming back through as well. Close by, Munchkin takes away on the captain, but still a 2v2. Halfway on the spike, they need to get back to business. And now a 1v1. He's not moving! He's not moving!
FUT just can't drag it across the line, Lauren.
Oh.
The finest of margins.
Sire players.
And it's a cloud burst to decide it.
That is unreal. Oh. You see it here. Just couldn't get back down on time. Gets him a second afterwards. And it would be a miss to not note how bad the money is for FUT.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. It almost
Yep.
needed to be 2 consecutive from when we talked about it, when there was nothing left behind this.
T1 back in the game. This would be a comeback and a half. But it ain't there just yet. Another chance for FUT. They're close by. What a catch. Moj gonna find Ban. Trades. Carpe goes unnoted. And the damage gets done. But it's still a 3v3. Rifle in the hands of Moj. Cracks with one for himself. Carpe's fallen. Wait, Sire player, can you save him? Can you slow down the roll? No! Moj is still firing on all cylinders, leaving Zeta with their fate in his hands.
Mr. Fallen's actually going to get the plant immediately here.
He's
Zeta,
gone.
2 snake bites. That's about it.
Time for CT.
Does Mr. Fallen go all the way towards heaven here?
Might do.
They could split this. Crossfire from showers.
They're not sure on the positioning just yet. He's come back around. Zeta now. Timing could be everything. It could be heartbreak in a second. And it is so close yet so far. 13-10. The final receipt. 4 rounds were gathered.
Yes.
I see.
There's no visible change
I see.
in the comp. And even so, you dig a little deeper.
Oh.
Even back across this year, this didn't sit well with T1. This is one that they've stuck with the competition ever since we're back in lock-in. But we'll see if FUT initially probe him pretty quickly. There's 3 players here set up for it.
Okay, we can have a bit of a fight and a half. Carpe off to a belting beginning. And look at the damage done on Kiwi too. Yes, he gets to keep his life, but I mean, a strong breeze might knock him over at this point, and they're re-aggressing. I love this. Talk about confidence being in the right place. T1 trying to correct the mistakes of map 1. Not gonna let this one slip.
And we were just talking during that interview with Auto. He's talking about the mental not being affected. I'm like, how?
Who are they?
How?
I'd be in pieces.
But at least here, a good indication of T1
Yep.
in the pistol round being very, very confident. We're going to take the initiative away from FUT. This is after actually their FUT are the ones to try and pressure towards B-Link. They walk back into a 3-man stack outside R.
But it's good to see this. I don't want to see T1 coming in passive or a little, behind the curve. I want to see if they can take matters into their own hands and keep determining the outcome.
Down.
If we go back again and we look at the buy, it's completely clean. Only classics coming out. So there should be farming time. Nothing should be too dangerous. I keep saying should, maybe, if and but wait and see. Can they cause enough chaos to pull a player out of place and be vulnerable? Ban should be somewhat safe here. They're not going to keep going through that pathway. So falling away.
They're concussed.
Blazer will confirm. These mods just hanging around,
He's hanging around.
seeing what's up.
Yep.
I love that. Again, the disengage here from T1.
Very
See,
disciplined.
yeah, Ban all the way towards spawn. He's not even curious to explore back in because that's the big question mark on the minimap right now. Again, with no pressure coming towards A site, there's no reason for him to really take any risks.
Nope. And I want to see it being risk-free, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the whole idea. You can see them trying to clear the utility with their own. Gonna catch Zeta with that. Don't think it caught on towards Munchkin, no. So the turret does get handled. There's a little bit of a fact finder, overwhelmed,
Remaining.
but kept in check. There we go. Zeta and Ban cleaning up, but yeah, Munchkin fell. Not the end of the world. And a little bit of a fact finder for FUT there. So good stuff from T1. Keeping most standing. And a more traditional bonus round here.
And this was talking about no visible change as well. T1 with the benefit this time around, obviously, to start on the opposing half. FUT did start on the defense last time. So, I mean, if T1 set themselves up, we talked about, obviously, the confidence being such a huge factor for a team like FUT in terms of, the way they approach certain rounds, certain Kiwi rounds. certain cracks rounds.
Yep.
Maybe the scoreline could become enough of a pressure point here. We talked about the mentor at T1 for FUT to struggle that much to drag that across the line.
Yep.
Such a decisive first half.
It's not a great fit. Hold on. Have you found Munchkin? Was that just straight through the wall, I guess? As he tried to fall
He's
away.
trying to fall away into, oh yeah.
Yeah, I think just spam connecting, and that's a bit of an issue as now there's problems across the map. We've seen FUT just find 3 picks back to back. That's a little unfortunate for T1, really. This one looks like it's already kind of found its conclusion. Noting at least one more player as well by T-Spawn.
And I mean, if you ban as well, you don't really want to be holding on to this Bulldog.
No.
Worst case scenario, take away a rifle if you can.
See what Ban can achieve. And for FUT, a dreamy start here in their first gun round. I mean, there was barely a fight. It feels like every single kill was just very simplistic for them. T1 not getting what they wanted out of this by any means.
Some sound cues.
Anything else? The captain willing to stick around a little bit. And no catch on that. So Ban, I think, knows how this goes. And yeah, does not want to keep that Bulldog. So Sire player still standing, but those kills, I mean, I don't really even fault T1. Maybe a little bit unfortunate on some timings there, but spin on to the next, get that buy out now, and let's see what they can do with the bigger guns in hand.
But confidence approach from FUT.
Yeah.
Coming out the first buy round as well. Doesn't look as if there's been any lasting effect from the opening rounds or the opening round victories from T1 at least. 1 off the orbital strike from Atta Captain. Kiwi not too far away from the blades either. On the side of T1, actually, yeah, slight advantage in that regard for FUT to have such an influential ultimate.
I mean, this looks rinse and repeat, doesn't it?
Yeah.
See how it goes now. Does Munchkin get to keep his life? Not caught through the smoke this time. Falls away a little bit of a different side of things, playing a touch safer. I think the fast flank was caught too previously. This time around, you can already see even the adjustment from Mr. Fallen. So Kiwi catching some of that spam, it looks like. Working on forward. Quite a bit of a burst here. Munchkin actually going to find Kiwi. Okay, not bad. Zayt has fallen, though, so the site looking a little bit more vulnerable. Until then, Munchkin great for the 2. Catch them as they try to cross towards the site, leaving just 2 alive for FUT. And the cavalry's on the way.
You've got to make use of the timing on these Brin smokes as well. We'll be able to slip away and actually have a nano swarm inside the poison orb here. The problem being they have to dig out Sire player on the flank. No utility here initially, so there's no pressure. Modge is going to be holding this.
Oh, he's kept it. He's kept it in check. That's the dream for them. Now it's game on. The pendulum swings to the other side. A tough retake here for T1. As the stall is phenomenal for FUT. Carpe looking to be disruptive, but he's not going to find any of these players here. A tap on the spike does draw a little. But now back to business. They take away Ban, who's trying to get that defuse, and it's lovely. FUT evening the scoreline at a 2 apiece.
And the last 2 members on FUT just so happen their utility works so well together.
Yep.
If they're able to reset into a post-spawn position, like I said, with no pressure coming back through spawn here, Modge's eyes are just trained on the flank.
And heroics from Munchkin to make that competitive. Him still finding not only the first, I think it was on Kiwi somehow with the utility, but then able to dig out 2.
I think the alarm bot even takes effect on, maybe there's a snake bite that came through that I didn't miss, but it looked like the alarm bot, there was at least 3 people that were vulnerable swinging through the poison orb.
Must have just caught on that. Okay, now, considering the buy we have, it is the hero rifle and Sire player. The rest, down on Sheriff's, Stinger. First target spotted, damage dealt as well. Zayt's to be reeling off that one. A little bit of a headache for the rest of the round. It looks like a crunch. Oh, Fallen takes away Munchkin. As we continue forward, it falls down to Zayt, who already took that damage trying to play in through short. Kiwi cautious, doesn't want to get too far ahead. The flash was nice, but no opportunity for Zayt to swing again. Just that stinger. Very tough round to make a count, and Cracks is cleared. Yeah, lovely. FUT faultless in this one. 5 standing. Plant soon to be had, and that hero rifle not having its opportunity to sing.
Just Ban and Sire left now. Damage, secondary objective, sure, but you almost don't want to feed across an orb toward Modge or Cracks here. Cracks has fallen, so he will get one. Now just side player left. Mr. Fallen will find it.
Yeah.
This ult cycle is looking very deadly for FUT. We have to see how things lie for T1 actually. Not so bad, one off the pit, lockdown available, and the Seeker's in play. But FUT have a fairly deadly combo here for an execute. Around Mr. Fallen and Atta Captain.
This is 3 consecutive rounds now for taking back the momentum once we got into those buys. Want to see something disrupt that here. Operator there inside his hands could be a factor.
We've switched up as well, the heavy anchorage towards B here.
We're going to get a brawl, aren't we? They try and contest this. No, they fall back. Probably the right choice as well. Oh dear, look at the damage though. Ban, there's nowhere to go!
Wait, what?
Ban! Tunnel visioned in. There was, I mean, the floor was literally lava,
the floor
but
was lava.
Still, beautiful approach from FUT. And to make matters worse, going to just pop down the ult too, force them further away. The counter comes out just delayed. But look where they're going.
It's all a fake. He's going to play in Sire on the other side of the map with the operator, but he's not holding the angle towards long.
All right, if you're a fan of T1, your eyes are on this man, Sire player. What can you do for us?
The knife's back up for Cracks.
Does he invest it? Absolutely does. Position revealed. Stand and deliver or fall and be crushed by this. Seeker's coming in. Ult's there, but he's got an angle and he's got help! Zeta bails him out! The timing, everything to this has fallen a mile away. Spike down on long. This one is uphill and a half and the angle is being watched. That's a shot missed, but a new angle adopted. And the
headshot comes through. Mr. Fallen, but Sire finds the wallbang. How is Zeta swinging out and finding 3 here?
What a hero.
Did they just tunnel vision on the knife? The fact that it pings Sire?
Must have.
So we saw in a previous round, an example of him swinging the smoke out from spawn. He's done exactly the same thing here.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And even
work.
so, the orbital strike, it's not committed
Didn't
towards the
cut it off.
backside of
Yeah.
elbow. There's a lot of room for Zeta to actually make that exact play.
And what a stark contrast to how beautifully committed that utility was on A that gave Ban no option. And then you see that kind of scrambled execute towards B on the adjustment. Oh. Ooh. Still alive, gets away with it. And Kiwi creeping close at Munchkin.
He's had a couple of rounds today where he just
he's
looks absolutely lethal.
And monstrous work from him. Kiwi's still trying to slip a little deeper, but they seem very away. You can already see the pings on the map. They're watching this. All set up between the two of them. It's not a fair fight for Kiwi. Oh no, the timing. Yeah. Come back, man. Come back. Don't leave. Okay, it's fine, he's back. But look at the rest of FUT though. Exploring the rest of the map a little, but the flash really well timed to note that presence. This could be the end game plan.
This should be the round where FUT will identify that there's a lot of space in mid here behind double doors, and it's kind of just T1 backs against the wall trying to anchor both sides. Whether we do see a trend develop off that.
Oh, the ult as well, but Sire player catching Kiwi as he tried to slip ahead of it. Cracks on the trade out, leaving Zeta a little isolated, but he's in his own element here. Plant's going to come in very close by, and now there's a bit of an issue. Hard to play out from this ult.
I mean, the pit's almost detrimental to T1's retake here. They have to drop it.
You've got to drop this. Otherwise, they can't get ahead. They can clear backside barely. And now it Cracks. Popping the ult as well. He's going to buy so much more time. You can see the post-plant utility in place. Moj could be a nuisance. Carpe does find Cracks, so they've got the first step here, but they're going to need a little bit more. Moj now last alive. This is great. T1 cleaning house. The spray is going to connect from Moj, though. Carpe back on the defuse. Did not get it to half. Another spray, but it's the connection from Zeta to do it, and T1 fighting back.
A little bit of an overface here from Cracks, giving away that first kill. This is a very comfortable position for FUT to be in. And almost how that seems like the intention of the plan from the get-go. So yeah, a little curious about that. Cracks have a pretty slow start to this, actually. Sitting at 2 and 6 right now. Operator in hand for Sire still. Bladestorm online. Reckoning available for Ban as well.
Going back towards this B site hit.
Get out of my way.
Stim beacon down.
Early ult for Kiwi, and it's Sire player. Does he spot him? Yes, he does! Straight out of the sky! Saya player brings him back down to earth. The damage, bloody hell. Scorched and singed as he falls from that. The ult could have come in and dissuade FUT from carrying on. They're in no man's land. T1 playing ahead of this, not even allowing that plant to come through.
And the smokes will expire as well. It's going to make this even more difficult, but reposition of the poison orb. Crack's looking to get a little bit cheeky with this.
The timing, he's got a nice angle, but the ult removes that possibility. Dog gonna at least spot Moj, I think, but that's about it. They start to flood the site. Can Moj stay alive? He absolutely can, with the support of his friends. Look at this! It's a complete feed filled with just FUT names. This is down to Munchkin, and he's got, what, 3 to find, a pit to navigate, and Fallen's not letting him.
A beautiful 3K from Moj inside the pit there. So I think he actually gets stunned by the Trailblazer. Spotted, yes. They try and spam him out in that corner, but the response is 3.
Oh.
Beautiful adjustment. To give FUT their 4th and tie things up here.
Much happier to be seeing this between the two. An actually contested game, both now kind of appearing on either side. Saya player going to be depending on the knives this time, it looks like. Knife could be heading that way. Look at the ult. Back off. Nothing noted towards Art. This does give them the green light to start exploring this. You can see the backfill of information coming in from Carpe. Going to note the player, but not how many. Pop flash in, they clear through, but look at the positioning coming out here. Saya player holding a lot of space.
I'm going to get very early information here.
He's
Kiwi.
so close.
Carpe has no clue he's this close.
But Kiwi couldn't land it, given a second lease at life, really. For Carpe there, after the flash was a little bit whiffed. So now we look towards the adjustment that FUT are making.
You see Ban again playing in spawn. Zeta able to shut this down in the choke point. Second snake bite will go through.
Beautiful stall.
Yeah.
Ban's here. There we go. 3 players now. Not finding the free access they want. This is really nice from T1, holding them back, making this very uncomfortable.
Problem being, look at Moj. We talked about this question mark in mid, a big gap left open by T1. This is the round where FUT are going to exploit it.
30 seconds left.
They've still got a little bit of a backstab too. To add insult to injury, Mr. Fallen should be able to catch at least 1. Now the oh, speaking of catching 1, it's Moj with 2. Leaning further ahead, exploiting what you noted, and crafted the perfect plan, manipulating T1 around the map, sliding through the middle as Saya player can't connect on the knives, leaving Zeta a mile away from being able to change the outcome of this one. But Mike, you noted it before, in a couple of these rounds, they've started to work towards middle.
And the concern being, you see Ban kind of playing rotation in spawn, right? But as soon as contact's found on either map, it leans so heavily towards that side.
Yeah.
And this is the first time, like I said in the previous, you'd hope for thinking, there's no util here, again, and there's nobody holding double doors.
So
this is the first time that we are seeing FUT follow through with that. And it really begs the question now, do we actually adjust Munchkin's utility? Do we put Ban a little deeper towards connector, maybe in towards link? Because you can't give them free roam like this.
no, but you start toying with the expectations as well, don't you, if you're FUT as well?
Sure, you do. But on the other side of things, what do T1 do? Then leave it open still and then just commit towards the retake?
That's why there's a timeout.
Yeah.
They now need to kind of answer these questions the best way they can, because kind of exploiting expectation is such a big thing. Do they then start expecting Ban not to be so quick to hit those rotations? Do they think they can get maybe a favorable fight on site now?
Sure.
If he's then posted up towards it, if they don't adjust that utility, it's going through all of those potential options now.
And those are really, really frustrating rounds. And you can see now on the player reaction that it's one of those rounds like, they've finally lurked through. They've lurked through and they've killed 2 of us in spawn.
Yep.
And it's that kind of penny drop moment that's almost like, yeah, now we have to completely rethink the way we've approached this half. Yeah, we're coming into round 10 now, but it's a big change to make. Because like I said, you either lean towards being very proactive here, or like I said, you force Munchkin to adjust to be honest, it may not be reflected here numerically, but has had a fantastic half.
Yeah, it's a really tough call for them to make, and they don't exactly have masses of funds. People are quite talented.
Yeah, they really are. They are.
It's kind of surprising.
You should do a collection, just like a collage of
I haven't heard the
All
word
the best.
collage since I was about 10.
Did I pronounce it correctly?
I'm not sure.
Garage.
Yeah, Sheriff coming out, Bulldog, Stinger. I mean, they're toying with the idea of what even to buy here. With it being
Yeah.
so close, it's not like they have funds to fall back on.
That's the only saving grace, that this round from FUT has come on so late
Yeah.
that it's not as if you need a big response. But the awareness has to be there, Lauren. I think actually you're already seeing the adjustment here.
Yeah.
Munchkin's over towards A. They're committed towards putting Zeta and Munchkin on the same site, time and time again. Well, it's going to be tested off the rip.
It certainly is. And we saw how hard this
Same
is to
thing
navigate
again.
around.
Yeah.
Look at that clear. It was the demise of Ban before. This time around, Munchkin forced to respect it. But there's still utility in front of him. There's still stall to be had. Zeta,
Zeta, you gotta be careful.
Zeta. Ooh, you are a lucky boy. Kiwi gonna dash on in though. They're getting close on. Buy cleared out. Zeta can no longer live there. The ult to follow too. They are desperate to clear this. I mean, this is up against a barely brought up team, but Mosh, he can't stop getting doubles.
Give him another triple.
I mean, Munchkin, he's looking pretty screwed here, if I'm honest.
4 HP.
He's free.
He's
for
free.
now.
And the smoke dropped to the perfect time.
Oh. Oh, no.
Well, no,
No.
there's a turret that side.
Back away. He got 3. Yeah, Sire player not really in the position to get to use what he had. And again, you're hoping. And you ain't going to be getting. But taking the lead further. I mean, that A-side take, where can you stand?
Stay in range of my stim beacon.
I think previously as well, I noticed in the last example we saw this when
Yeah.
Ban fell, Krax's fragment was used as well. You see
Absolutely.
that second snakebite come in towards behind default there.
Yeah.
It's all encompassing. There really isn't anything. You can't swing onto an angle there
have
either
to
because
give
they're
it up.
snake bites.
Yeah, it's either you fight in front of that even being executed, or you fall the complete far away. So this is where it gets truly tested, right? Do we see the same exploitation of middle? What is the adjustment here coming in with the buy behind T1?
Looks like we might see the same. This fragment's invested towards Link. Clear out close, allow Kiwi to come forward and take this engagement.
Oh,
But loses out. Zeta stands up to the challenge.
this is big. And they're trying to play back in through up though, but Mosh and Krax on the case could be doing some serious damage. T1 with 2 standing on the 2 on the other side. We look towards the side and Munchkin's been good for it. Oh, the timing, just as he looked away. Fallen makes his appearance on the site. And now the post plant becomes an issue. One, I think Nano Swarm on it, but also you've got that molly.
Yeah, they've got utility to burn out the cove here, so it's not even as if Ban can come through and find a cheeky half defuse or something. Has to challenge something, and look how deep they've reset.
Try digging him out of that position. It's going to take a mistake. Can he force it? Pulls up, and there's the stall. First layer drawn out.
Molly should come through now for the cove.
There it is. Straight on through, forced away. He did so well on map 1, but this one is near on impossible, and I think Ban knows that. Forced to flee. As FUT going to move up to 7 here.
That 4-round curse from previous matchup
Yeah.
seems initially to be plaguing T1 once again. There's been a fantastic response from FUT after it fell uphill for them. I'll be honest, at the start of this, it was a real back and forth, Lauren, where FUT have got a grasp of, like I said, what's going on around the map, and actually identifying that some of these util-oriented executes work really well towards both site anchors. Zeta and Munchkin can't really commit towards holding the choke point.
No, this close affair slipping between their fingertips with 4 consecutive rounds now built for FUT. Just off the back of identifying that pressure point towards middle. They've exploited it well. Back into a full B piece, it looks like. So this is on Munchkin. He's got the lockdown. Got Zeta there with him, but look at the weaponry.
Turret's destroyed.
Not ideal. Do they continue on this path?
Ready.
It's all in from FUT here behind the lockdown. Now we have seen T1 get a couple of kills off this combo with the Nano Swarm and the alarm bot, but with no snakebite this time around. It's just the trade-off of the lockdowns. I mean, any resistance on the way through. FUT have to respect it.
With the Seekers coming this way, they need to get Munchkin! What just happened?
We've seen so many kills to mollies and just utility alone, Lauren.
Yeah, the Seekers, everyone's here. I'm still surprised the side players sticking around by A for so long. They need support on the site. They can't defend this. Zeta desperately trying to trade. Felt inevitable. As Ban and Sire player, what are you going to do about this one? Ban is magnificent!
Down B.
As he's doing everything he could to try and allow Sire Player a chance. One operator
30 seconds
and a
left.
dream against the two, and the timing would be everything. With the noise of the crowd, calls them back around, but only to their death. Sire Player again, still with a chance. He's got to know there is still a player. He eats the flash, forced away.
I can't use that.
A second to follow up, 13 seconds. No! Sire Player saving T1.
The Red Bull clutch in round
Switching
12
sides.
from Sire to break the probable curse here. Huge performance from Ban in this round as well. I mean, those 2 kills make this doable.
Yep.
So like I said, you look outside there, Ban falls, it's Sire +1 in a retake with the operator.
They certainly don't. Still a lot to do, but this scoreline much closer than the one before, and they had a bit of a comeback there, right? So it's doable, it's just difficult. 5 rounds to T1, 7 to FUT. This pistol round means a whole lot to these two.
See what, maybe anticipating a little bit of aggression here, the way things started off, but very quickly regroup outside B long. This wall from Modge as well. It's really sliced, right in front of Pillar actually. Curious of whether or not FUT are able to play this to their advantage. Kiwi, no confirmation just yet. I imagine so with the poison orb going up.
He's drifting out into no man's land. That got quite dangerous. They're close enough by now that Kiwi's got to be cautious. Yep. No, it's 1. It's not all. Dog on the dash, that's all he's going to see, but Sire Player looked vulnerable for a second there, but does find the frenzy shot. Has fallen. Well, doesn't make it away completely. He took down Zeta. I thought Zeta was ready for that.
Then he gets to spam through as well. Sire still, though, finding damage. Modge and Mr. Fallen will respond, though.
Yeah, Munchkin and Carpe trying to find a little bit of safety, but there's nowhere to fall back to. The spike now,
30 seconds
not
left.
so easily left to hand. Moj almost making a mistake. Oh, Carpe!
It was a mistake.
A key mistake made, and Carpe catches onto it.
I don't know if he thought the snake bite was all the way up to the wall, and there was no chance he could swing through that. But he gets caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Trying to trade out pistols here. And Carpe with a huge Red Bull clutch to get the pistol round on the board.
T1. One more round and they tie up the scoreline. Surely a confidence builder there. And quiet, patient start from T1, creeping back down towards A. So we had her on the other side. We do see those 2 marshals, but beyond that, that's about it. It's just that classic and a molly.
Well, he's been pinged out, so
They've
it's as if, yeah, they're going to hard clear it here.
should be good, and he is. Sire Player's the one to find it, and you can't run away from him. Crack's caught in the heels, and the sight's theirs.
No resistance towards the plant here. Very comfortable. 3 members, FUT left, Modge, Mr. Fallen, and Kiwi. With an opportunity, I mean, there's 2 scopes here. But it is a 3v5, Lauren.
Nice attempt.
Okay.
Fair play. A little Eco Cobra moment from Ban as well. Get to farm up a bit for himself. That all nice and close by. Smosh. Well, not much more for him to do in this. I think he knows it. And Sire Player fancies his odds.
There's 2 off the Blade Storm here.
Why not go hunting? Oh, he's been spotted. Here we go. Yeah, nice from Sire Player. Headshot to boot as well. Tied up all even. Game on now. T1 back in this matchup. First real response, though, to be made here by FUT.
A chance even to have the Blade Storm online.
Placing sentry.
Right there.
Could be a... Oh,
One enemy remaining.
Ooh.
Mr. Fallen's shot was nice, but it's even better from the other side as well. Yeah, a chance at, well, rifle coming through, so it looks like Sion might even just,
Stay
I
safe.
guess, over-invest here because he knows he's got the Blade Storm
knives,
for the
yeah.
next.
Fair play. Okay. Knife finds no connection. And a captain gets closer, but look at the backfill on that. Ban reading him like a book. And a captain being bullied a little here. That's a nice little upgrade too.
I was going to say, yeah, second time punished in this position, and full faith actually that T1 were ahead of the knife and nobody was sat behind it. Ban will get himself one away from the ultimate as well. Problem being, Kiwi explored all the way along past pillar, confirming that there was no presence outside B. Now, concern being T1, the stars will align for them in terms of the timing, Lauren. They'll be able to get behind this because FUT will sit in this three-man stack for
as they should.
Another 15, 20 seconds probably.
Yeah. And here we go. Ringing the alarm bell. Someone come help. He's all alone. You got 5 players coming your way. Can Kiwi do anything about this? He's noted them all, forced off the angle, and now the ult gonna really add insult to injury. Flashed up, tries to stand, tries to fight, and he succeeds. Takes down Sire player, finds a new angle, finds another. Oh, he keeps going! Kiwi tearing him apart, leaving Munchkin all alone in a 1v3.
The solo hero for FUT. I mean, at one point, he's literally in a 1v4 when that wall drops.
Yeah.
Ridiculous stuff from Kiwi. Avoiding the reckoning, still isolating one member of T1 at a time.
What a round from him. Seven, 8. Knives there for Sire player. Still a buy in hand for T1 here.
Get out of my way.
Purchase fragile. Pop flash to the swing.
This is the response on the back of Captain being punished here a few times. Flash over the top. Blade Storm in hand now for Kiwi. T1 very quickly though.
Yeah, they've got some space here.
Silently, yeah, they've crept into art.
This ain't bad. This is going to be deadly, and they're cheating the third player towards B, just off the back of clearing that space, putting so much faith in towards Kiwi.
Mean, if Zeta shows any presence here, it's unfortunate it's not a second member.
Yeah, to really sell it. Oh, the knife. Yeah, she avoids it.
You almost want Zeta to show to that.
I don't know what the game plan is here now, because I mean, he got to slip close, but he didn't get the pick, so they're probably feeling a little bit better about pulling back that third player, pulling back Cracks towards his position.
When's Cracks' knife back up?
Contact.
Yeah.
And they're bursting. T1 just trying to get a little pacey with it. Side player outdoes Kiwi. There's still other problems on this site though. They're not alone. There's still 2 here. And a captain and Cracks on this. The spam.
Oh my god.
How? Is he alive?
Where's the cove in
Had to
front
have
of
been
him?
the cove, surely. Second attempt at this. The knife though going to come in. Stalling this out now. 4 players present from FUT. 5 from T1. This is going to be brawly and messy. Zeta's going to find Moj. The trade comes out, 14 seconds out, and FUT decimating T1. Bam, the last one alive, and he can't make it out. FUT going to claim 9. And that's a hard one to swallow there for T1. That's not a nice round. They had some opportunities, Mike, some chances with the timing, and it just slipped through.
And at the point of where, like, the crunch finally comes through, it looks like T1 are unable to even respond with any damage here. After initially, it looked great.
It looked fantastic.
Sai is able to get ahead of the Molly, I believe Ban as well, so they have 2 members ahead.
In the right place and try and give them that idea of going forward. Yes, the money's going to be in a questionable spot, but...
I mean, I pray to God Autumn was being truthful there, because this is a real test now.
Yeah. This is hard work. Because as you said, this I'm not going to say completely. We've seen so many thrifty rounds already that it could have something. Where it's still got a hero rifle, Bulldog with Zeta. So it's not a 0% chance round, but it's so difficult now.
Little things with the orbital strike being committed to the previous. I think FUT know the gravity of the situation right now. So hopefully you'll be able to clean this one up. You don't want to see 3 sheriffs, a Bulldog, and a Vandal give T1 their 8th hit.
Okay. And the captain going to fall off. They've crept closer again, trying to use this maybe springboard that they had from Art, maybe get that timing right this time, but they don't have the weaponry to do it. A little bit of a different utility spread as well. As Kiwi's vision gets removed. Creeping closer. Oh, what a shot! Brings it down on him like a guillotine. And now the burst comes in. This time around, though, there's a little bit of a different stall here. Forced away slightly. They're going to get access to the site. Can they get the plant down uncontested? No. And the captain's got an angle. As has fallen. Again, rinse and repeat. It's heartbreak for T1.
And a Prime Gaming flawless nonetheless. You said you wanted to be clean versus the Sheriff's a Bulldog. And a rifle coming in. Ooh. Beautiful on the adjustment there from Kiwi. And it's a similar situation to the buy round as well.
Yep.
As soon as this crunch moment comes through, FUT are so comfortable with how deep they're playing.
Yeah.
And it's just like back-to-back headshots.
T1, time to dig deep here. It's been 3 in a row for FUT. It has to be now or it might be never.
Not much money behind this as well.
Getting a little more aggressive in middle, though. Kiwi willing to take a risk. He's certainly not alone.
I think Munchkin's read this right, but the problem being, Modge is continuing. He's pushing deeper and deeper. He might even go into top mid.
The timing on this, though. Munchkin just drift away. FUT are winning everything. They're winning everything in this. The timing, the spacing, but Sire player gets one back. Dash is a little closer. Seeker's going to come down. They try and invest everything behind this. This is the one they want. Kiwi going to respect it for now. Forced away. They take the space towards CT. They're going to get the plant in. And I love this late lurk from Zeta. This could be huge for them. Kiwi, careful now. Actually gets caught, yeah. Carpe teed up for him. Modge on the trade. Late positioning still in place. Ball in the timing. Ban goes big with 2. And now Crack's left in the 1v2. He's going to take down Ban. The secondary step, though, they don't know about Zeta. His positioning was a little lost in the fray, but now noted. Cracks, another flash. Plays on in, Zeta on the stall here. Trying to buy the time, he's got the kill. T1 live to fight another round.
Ban again. There's so many situations where he just comes up. It's 1 or 2 kills here
But
and there.
they're so key.
So crucial to T1 clawing their way back into this series as a whole.
Yes.
Not just the rounds.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, beautiful stuff. It's not over just yet.
No, it's a roller coaster through these rounds. You can see it, the highs and lows already. 8 to 10. Still in with a bye. FUT held off from 11 for now. We look towards the other side of the map. A test towards the B side. The operator in the hands of Kiwi has been killer.
I suggest you move.
Didn't bother him last time this ult, but this time it looks like he might decide. No, he's sticking around a little longer. Okay. Respects it this time and will fall off.
Weird though. Ton of damage done. If this cove is removed, Ban might fall.
Keep Ban alive. He has been magnificent.
He didn't get the plant.
Down B.
That looked like it was in.
All
But
the
now
utility's
captain-
going to drop, Lauren.
Oh God, now there's a problem. All that safety behind it now gets removed. A secondary attempt at the plant. Zeta is going to get the plant and keeps his life. Just about stands as Carpe tries to secure it. Could have done with a follow-up there as Cracks trying to thread through. Catches Munchkin instead. And now it's Carpe side player and Zeta holding on to this. FUT waiting to flood back in with 4. And they're just standing on this one. A crossfire. It's all they've got and it's not enough. FUT are back in this one. Cracking that crossfire open. The fuse going to come through and it will be 11.
Such a crucial kill to remove the cove, deny Ban's plant. Because like I said, T1 had taken a couple of seconds here and there to weigh out nano swarms. They want the Reckoning to fully clear out. Oh, that window of opportunity with the utility in this composition, it elapses and FUT pounce on the opportunity.
And look at the money.
I don't want to.
You're going to have
It
to.
is hideous.
Yeah.
I mean, this is such a heart-breaking decision to have to make. You're almost conceding
Near
the
on.
series point here.
They put their faith in Sire player as the one to wield the rifle forward to try and be the X factor for them. So staring down a 12th round. You got Kiwi prowling.
Unfortunately, Zeta's just been unable to find value in this lurk time and time again because of Kiwi.
Yep. Kiwi's had his number most rounds.
Toxins going up.
Trying to toy with the timing, but spotted.
Oh my God.
God, Kiwi! And expects the exchange to come in from Sire as well. He's reading him very, very accurately, but just turns his attention. Is it time now to strike? Sire player.
The awareness is insane.
But he's walking the smoke. Kiwi might have just seen him. Sire player takes down Moj. Kiwi's still here. Kiwi trying to stay unnoted though. Does he get checked? Do they expect him to be gone away? He's focusing towards long. I don't know if he gets out of this one. He's trying to, but look at the attention drawn to him, and Sire player is being the hero. The one rifle, oh my God, Kiwi takes him down, he will be detained. And unless Cracks goes out of his mind, T1 have given themselves a chance. Oh, Cracks, 3 players. And that's enough for T1, they hold again. A thrifty round conversion. Sire player, the hero they needed.
When T1, like I said, they feel like they have to concede the 12th to FUT, and they respond here. I mean, the timings here.
Chris, Kiwi almost checked that. Kiwi almost checked on Sire player. That round would have been completely different.
Another half a second.
Yeah. God.
Barely anything separating these two teams, Lauren.
But can they string around together, right? Can they go consecutive on this one? And the captain may be toying with the timing a little because he's been punished on this one.
Yep.
Slows down a bit, and they burst behind it, so right choice.
A big info, actually. Delaying the knife this time around will reward Cracks here. FUT in general as well, in terms of the information game.
They're in the space. 3 players in attendance, though, and Ada Captain's got his ult.
They're about to walk into a blender of
Yep.
utility. Fragment's still here, Molly's still here. Kiwi's
Oh,
found
again.
Zeta once again.
He's had his number the whole time, and Moj is actually adding insult to injury by taking further space away.
If
They
you see
can't
Munchkin,
fall
I
back.
was going to say, if you see Munchkin drift any deeper or has to commit towards site, if T1 suffer another casualty, the utility will drop on the flank.
Trying to play behind the timing of the knife, not finding anyone. T1 still walking in to a 3v3 on the side. Sire player, head first, flashed up, trying to stay alive, but you spoke about a blender, there it is! 2 of them falling back to back, leaving Carpe and Munchkin in such an uphill battle, but they take the first step, the second!
No way!
Carpe out of his mind with 20 seconds though. Look how close, oh, Carpe! He's refusing to lose, holding on so desperately. They found out a captain. He's taken one. Carpe! He's doing everything. One more to find. He needs an ace, or it's nothing. Plant goes in, but Moj moves closer. Oh, Carpe!
Can you believe it?
What a time to come alive for T1.
That is one of the most outrageous aces I've ever seen.
In a round like that.
The
a round like that. Come on.
The setup was perfect from FUT. They had everything to stop this.
3 players on the side. They had it all. The ult's coming in. This is ridiculous. Come on.
Nah.
Oh.
And the confidence play. Swap out to the Bulldog at the end.
Hold on, brawl, Kiwi. He doesn't know how to lose on this side of the map, though. This guy has been a rock for this side. He's gotten the pick almost every single time. This time he finds Ban, though. Removes a little bit of that flexibility late. And look at the backfill of space, pushing up towards A. They are trying to take this map. FUT are not going down without a fight. And look at the buy. It's not a pretty buy. They can still outdo it. They can still outgun him. This time, Sire player up to the challenge. And Fallen's running. Has to get out of there. Lost all that space, and they fought their way back.
Munchkin might even catch Cracks here in rotation. Problem being, you don't want Cracks to get his hands on that rifle. Munchkin has to win this.
Oh, God. Munchkin turns. Spidey senses are tingling. Cracks is so close by. Oh, Cracks! Of course you hit that. That's so unreasonable. And now they're sprinting towards that B site. You still got Kiwi with the knives. You still have that Sheriff in Cracks' hand. A flash, a knife. He's got the fragment. And they've got a lockdown as well. 30 seconds now, they want that plant. They're going to be forced to fight or forced to fall away, but this plant isn't for it. This is going to be a brutal choice. Can they stall out enough? He's on it. Dragged away initially. Oh, Sire player taking Kiwi out of the sky. Spamming, high flash, moving forward. Carpe spots one, Krax responds. It's all on Krax now in a 1v2. The pit's gonna drop and he has to find them both so close.
This has descended into madness, Lauren. 11-11. And I didn't think we were going here.
No way.
The crowd finally coming online.
T1's giving them something to cheer about.
Yeah.
These last couple of rounds have been wild. Asked if they could do consecutive rounds, and they have 3 back-to-back. But it's
At the 11th hour as well.
Oh, it'll be 12 for one of them in a second, though. Still a full purchase coming in here for FUT.
Yeah, but the concern being,
the one after.
they are flat out broke behind this. And now T1 have got themselves into a position where they have a purchase behind this. Worst case scenario. I mean, with the way they're playing, that's not even a factor.
No.
In the train of thought. Bladestorm in hand for Sire. 2 away from the Seekers. Ban 1 away from the Reckoning as well. On the other side of things, FUT. 2 off the null command. Viper's Pit in hand for Modge. I don't know if I could take another one of those.
I'm still yet to stand back up. Okay. Where are they going? What are they doing?
Oh God, if one of these rounds Zeta just finds Kiwi.
Yep.
I'm just thinking.
Yeah, no, I see it too.
We've willed it into existence almost. Because Kiwi has been dominating.
Okay. 3 confirmed off the knife. Investing the Viper's Pit towards Art. FUT want to take space on this map. It removes options from T1. Do T1 continue on this path? They only have Ada Captain to deal with currently on that A site. Ult for ban. We know that they mostly have been investing that towards B. They continue along that pathing.
Trading out here, actually. He did just catch off screen Zeta repositioning his poison orb, I believe.
T1 tense. You still have 2 players out very deep towards the A side as well. I don't know what they're trying to toy with here. The audio cues, I don't know what, but it's a double here back towards A.
Right, FUT are still in the same formation they were at the start of the round.
Yeah. So this, as it stands, will fall to Ada Captain. Still has kit, still has a smoke, molly.
Now that catching Zeta is a huge indication, actually.
And that's that molly's timing is actually pretty rough.
It's so short, though.
Yeah, they've got space. And Side player has a kill, but the response has come in. And FUT have found 3. Ban and Munchkin, leaving it so late, desperate for a plant. This would need another heroic clutch to come out. A 2v4. All ready for Krax. Ban! He's found him! He's taken out Krax of all the players. And now Kiwi falling and Ada Captain having to try and handle it. Stacking up, I'm sure.
They're stacked up, though.
Is this enough to find 3? Ada Captain may be the first to take a step out here. He's going to find the firing squad. Down to 17 HP. Smoke, tag. They've got it. A tap on the spike. They have to respond, or do they leave it alone? They have to swing, and they fall. FUT dragging themselves to 12. Still could close in regulation, or it's OT.
I'm still worried about the money, though. 3-4 here for FUT. Modge only brings 3K into this. Pit invested already.
Yeah.
So you can't ride a judge through. Anything like that. We're going to drop across. Is it Atta that's going to bite the bullet? Bladestorm still here for Sire.
Yep.
Carpe on the brink. Munchkin, a possibility, sure.
Don't worry, I'll keep them quiet.
But that timing from T1 felt almost hesitant. I don't know if I like them running it that late, not
Like I
taking
said,
the
catching
space.
Zeta on the knife there is such crucial information. Because of that head-to-head, time and time again on B long. And FUT read it perfectly.
Yeah.
Ha. Speaking of reading perfect.
Timing. Oh, Cracks predicted it and sends him away. Not investing all of those knives. Still has a rifle to fall back to if he needs it. Start working towards that A site again. Ready.
Seekers in play now. Zeta try and drift forward once again. I mean, this just gives me such anxiety.
Zeta this time going a little less checked. Has
Are
players
they just
on the way.
coming? They're coming across here to just pop off the Seekers.
Maybe. But Kiwi's the one here. Kiwi is the one here. He's seen something. He's calling it now. 4 players. His side of the map. Seeker's going to come through. He wants to find a shot. He's looking for it. Had to opt for the Seeker in the end. But he's still got a friend with him. He's still got a buddy with him. But look at Sire player. He's so close by. Mosh took down Carpe. Sire player right there. Zeta clears out Kiwi and they take the site.
It's 20 seconds.
They need to get that plant down. Going
Commit
for
to
it now.
Oh, Munchkin, how is he in spawn?
Get out of this. Munchkin could be the one to change all of this. That's one. A second. He's got it. Surely OT. Surely it's there. March the last one. He's fallen. It's OT as T1. Keep hope alive.
Switching sides.
We talked about him having some heroic rounds earlier. Silently slipping into spawn.
Look at that.
What a ridiculous half of Valorant.
It's certainly heated up, hasn't it?
This is for T1 to force map 3. Roles reversed here in round 25. Our first go of overtime.
I got yous, okay?
T1 defending, but on the attack. And remember, there was that gap in middle,
Yep.
but look at the proactive approach through Art. There's 3 players walking up. Side player so close to this. Moj could be on the line, but he's delivered. He's taken down one, but do they commit? They do. They keep committing behind it, and Kiwi turns it. Back and forth we go. Zeta evening the board at least, down to a 3v3, but look at the damage.
Look at Mr. Fallen. Look at the space he's found on the back of this.
Site looks
He has
open.
total control of A site right now.
Placing swarm grenade.
Going to be able to set up very comfortably here. At is actually going to get 1 away from the orbital strike here with the plant. Has invested the molly though. A little bit of paranoia towards that smoke in flowers.
Yeah.
But any situation where Atta Captain gets a kill here,
GG.
it's wraps.
Yeah, that round will be done. Let's see. Ban still stands. The one who can truly be a difference maker. Held back for now. Oh, the lineup fallen. Punishing both of them. Playing ahead of the wall. They could have waited a second or two.
And Ban tanked a little bit. The Nano Swarm is down to 25 now.
Oh man, and this guy's good, but this might be a little too far. And it is Kiwi. Drags it through for the first round of OT to FUT's favor. And those two playing through by Pit will be kicking themselves.
T1 will have a chance to take a breather here. A pump of the brakes. They are staring down the barrel right now, Lauren.
It's sudden death for them now.
There is a coach there somewhere.
13 to 12. Timeout for T1. Obviously an opportunity as well for FUT's coach to have a chat too.
Absolutely, yeah.
So both of them can check back in after what was such an arduous end to the game, and now the OT.
We didn't see much in terms of versatility from T1 on the attacking side. Well, no, this one was a real comeback. We had one.
Yeah. 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
But I come back to that same thing. I said, do we finally get a round where Zeta shuts Kiwi down on B-Long on an attacking
Do you
round
bank on that,
for
though?
T1? I mean,
if you're playing the odds, you don't bank on that factor, do you? Kiwi has I'm pretty sure all of Kiwi's kills are just on Zeta, who's still surprisingly on 17 for himself. So it's kind of wild that it's still tipping that
I'm
way.
surprised Kiwi's down there as low as he. I mean,
Yeah.
Mr. Fallen, rightfully so. He has had some ridiculous rounds.
Yep. Okay, T1. Sudden death, essentially, for you. Map 1 went FUT's favor comfortably in the end. Got a little close, yes, but they tipped over the scales after that run in the second half. This time around, much more contested between the two. But T1, now or never, boys. And they summon the courage now.
Looking to immediately split here. Zeta grouped up for the first time we've seen it. Can split through from R. FUT just backing away. You get confirmation on the other side of things. Fragment will go through. Sire player is slipping all the way through. This is a great clearance by T1. There's not a lot of chip damage done by the utility.
But remember that re-aggress from FUT. That was the devastating part. But this time, no, the plant doesn't go down. I thought they had it this time around. And again, that stall. The FUT did so well on this half. Gets reintroduced to this in OT, and now there's a problem. T1 getting stalled out just a little. They need a pick, and they don't get it. And Fallen is coming online with 3, leaving it all down to Carpe. And this man went big before, but this is a lot to ask of anyone. He's fallen. And FUT, the first Turkish team to make it this